chocolate cake, like crocheting a chocolate cake for a while now, and I want it to be so tiny, like doll house, miniature sizing. And I have this really thin yarn, which is thin yarn. If you know anything about yarn, thin yarn is not good. I usually hate working with thin yarns, but because I wanted to make it so small, it's like a so small amigurumi cake, I think this yarn actually will be working. I'm telling you, this is a micro crochet. I'm crocheting with 1 millimeter hook, so yeah, this will turn out tiny. So I'm gonna start with, I think, 12 single crochet in a magic circle. So this 3, 4. If I like the result and turned out great, I will make sure to make a tutorial. So this is 1, 2, 3. I think this is 4. I lost count. Okay, I think I will start again. But this time I will use a stitch marker because I don't usually talk when I'm crocheting. Honestly, I focus. Not that I don't have the ability to talk. I for sure have that, but like not while I'm crocheting. And I think also I will add a chain at the beginning. So there's those 2 things that I think I'll do differently. So just make sure to not lose my, yeah. So yeah, just do this. Chain 1, that won't count. And so I'm not following a tutorial or a pattern or anything. I just have it in my mind. I mean, it's not that hard. It's, at least in my head, it's not that hard. So this is 2. Okay, I'm gonna put the first, I'm gonna put a stitch marker at the first. Yep, like this. This is 2. Then this is 3, 4. How do you not lose count when doing amigurumi? 5, 6, especially like tiny one. 7. Oh, 7. I hate thin yarn. 7, 8, but the tiny piece will be worth it. 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm seeing my friend tomorrow, and I was thinking about sending her an article called, I didn't read it yet, but I heard very good things about it, called Ballerina Farm. I think she's a TikToker, and I just miss having those long conversations about literature with a friend. Anyway, this is the first row of this cake. So I'm gonna take this out so I can just single stitch in it. Slip stitch in it. So create a circle. So this is the first one, and I'm gonna slip stitch in it, and then again do a single stitch in it. I'm gonna put the marker again. Yep, the hook fell down, which is okay. Anyway, yeah, I miss talking about literature with friends since I graduated college, which my major was English literature. I haven't been talking about literature that much, honestly, not gonna lie. And I don't read that much again, but I really miss it. I miss reading it. I miss talking about it. I miss just looking at the world as if it's a book, which is a really interesting thing to do. Do you have like, if someone is listening to me, I can't really figure out if someone doing this because I'm recording with my phone, but like, do you think you can look at life as if it's a novel or a book? I once was with someone and I knew that this person was toxic. Like, I knew they will end up hurting me. I just can't see it. And then they told me that they were talking about me for someone, like with someone. And that person told them, is it like another girl that you will hurt? And they were really offended by that person's words. But I laughed when I heard that and I told them, if this is a novel, will be the foreshadowing for me that things will end up horribly and I should run away right now. Of course, I didn't because I'm stupid, but it was the foreshadowing. That was really funny, honestly. Looking at life as if it's a novel, or looking at your life as if you're not living it, you're just watching it, just reading it, is in itself very, very funny concept. Anyway, I kind of finished this row. It just 24 because we started with the 12. We're doing now 24. So it's just double crochets, increases. I mean, and yeah, increases, double crochet increases in every stitch until we reach the first stitch where we can slip stitch. So I don't think this is a stitch, this is the slip stitch. We're gonna slip stitch here, and I'm wondering if this is enough to be the bottom of the cake. Like, it's really, really small if you can see it, but I want the cake to be small. What do you think? I feel like I can do another layer for the base, but another row I mean, but I'm not sure if I should. I'm gonna give it a try because this looks so small. Like, I don't hate it, but it looks a bit small. So this is the third row where I'm gonna start with one single crochet and then increase. So single crochet then increase. If you know how to make a circle, you understand what I'm talking about, because also your curls and crochet work the same. So there's that. I love how this color is really like to resemble a chocolate cake, so I have high hopes about this turning out a cute cake. I think the hook though is a bit big, although it's like a very small hook. It's 1 millimeter, but this yarn is also very thin. So yeah, one increase. I hope I don't lose count, because seeing in this yarn also is not easy. It's dark and small, and it will give me a headache to start counting them. So I'm hoping I just don't need to count, and I'm just doing it correctly, honestly. So I'll consider this the last row in the base. What's your favorite type of cakes? Okay, I'm not a fan of cakes, especially chocolate cake. It's like never been my favorite type of cake. I know it's a lot of people's favorite type of cake, but for me it's not. I in fact like one of the cakes that almost no one liked them, and it's not pumpkin cake, although I would taste that, but I never tasted it before. I don't know if it exists or not. Also not banana bread. Banana bread is not a cake, but I'm saying I never tasted too. I wish, I mean, I would gladly do it one day, but for now, no one offered me a piece of banana cake and banana bread, and I'm not planning to bake it by myself. Maybe crochet it, but not baking it. Anyway, my favorite cake, I think my favorite type of cake is carrot cake. It tastes so good. And I don't care if you don't disagree with me, or like no one likes it. All of you are tasteless if you don't like carrot cake. Take this personally and to heart, I don't care. And what I like mostly about carrot cake is the cheese layer. Okay, I'm almost done with this row, which is like the base of the cake, and then we will start giving the cake a height. I think I did it correctly, like, because I usually know that from I end up with an increase. Usually how I know that I finished correctly. So I'm gonna slip stitch, and then this time I'm gonna start single crocheting in the back loop only, because this time we'll start with the height of the cake. I will put my stitch marker so I don't forget where I am, because that's something I would do. I would for sure forget where I am. If you are listening now, you should start crocheting with me, honestly. It's super easy. The second, I mean, not at the very beginning, but in a week you can pick the basics, and if you pick the basics, it actually turn out like become a natural habit. It may take you a bit of time for the way you hold the yarn become natural to you, but other than that, it's a hobby that actually not difficult, doesn't take years to perfect, and good chance you're naturally what's called gifted with it. A lot of people are just naturally gifted with crocheting. It's not as hard as, like, for example, sewing or anything else. So and it looks like difficult, so it looks intimidating, so you can always like say, oh, I know how to crochet, and everyone will be embarrassed, while you only know that it wasn't that hard to learn it. Anyone who would give it an actual go for a month or something will end up learning how to crochet it. But it takes patience. It does take a bit of patience, which I didn't used to have, but then I worked as a teacher, tutor, and God, children teach you how to be patient. Then I started crocheting. See, that what I got from being a teacher. I am able to crochet now. Oh, my students ask me all the time to make them things. I say no. If your teacher, you understand. Most of them don't deserve the time you will put in a piece. I love them, don't get me wrong, but they can be a little demons. I miss them now as we are in summer break. But I know when we will come back to school, I'll just wish I never said I miss them. Anyway, so if you finished the first row of single crochet, we are gonna just make single crochet for a few rows, given the cake the height that it needs. I'm gonna just slip stitch again. This time I'm not gonna work in the back loop only, I'm gonna work in both loops. So again, like this, and work in both loops, and put the marker. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It's not curving like I wanted it to, but maybe because the yarn is really thin and soft. So I'm gonna give it a bit of try too. If this turned out bad, I can just always try again, as anyone should do. But yeah, you see, with amigurumi, when you do no increases, it should like fold itself so it get higher, while mine, it just seems like a circle that's getting bigger. But I think it's the hook thing with the yarn type that's the problem. So maybe I'll size the hook down to make it a bit stiffer. And just a second, I'm leaving you to watch my piece of yarn while I'll come back in a second. Did you watch my yarn? Because I was scared it will run away. It keeps splitting for some reason, and I found this happening with this yarn more than any other yarn. And I think it could be because this yarn is a bit old, but no, it doesn't work like this with yarn. I just don't know what's the problem. And it's not that, because it's a collection of threads making a yarn, because I worked with this type of yarns before. This one, more than anything, more than any other type of yarn, does that to me. It's called Dempsey, I think. it's a very expensive cotton yarn, at least from where I am. So yeah. Okay, now I kind of wish I stayed with just 2 rows for the base of the cake, because it's not curving as I imagined it will curve, and thus the base, in my opinion, is getting bigger and bigger, which I didn't want for the base to be that big. I think okay, I don't have many options other than continuing and seeing how it ends. If ended in a way that I don't like, I can always just frog it and start again. It will be sad a bit because I want to frog my pieces, but it will be okay at the end too. I've been thinking a lot about what to crochet. Like I want to come with my original ideas, because I followed a lot of tutorials through my whole life, and I can't say just I'm done with following tutorials. I'm done with other people work, which is turns cute, I get it, but I want to start like to make my head work, if that makes sense to anyone. Like I think I'm in the level where I can actually find the right patterns, or like find ideas, creative ideas. I don't want to rely on other people's ideas. And I am thinking about making pancake coasters. I've been thinking about them for a while now, with butter and like strawberry. I don't know if anyone did that before. I didn't search it, I didn't see it, so I don't know. But it's in my head and I'm really thinking about it. I think it will look so adorable if I made like a little plate, crocheted a little white plate, and made like stack of pancake on them as coasters with butter pieces, like a tiny butter crocheted and strawberry, and maybe like give them even faces, because everything is cuter with a face. I think it'll look great. I did a pizza coaster a few days ago, one with mushroom and one with pepperoni, and it looked super cute, and I made a tutorial about it, but I didn't finish writing and editing the tutorial, so there is that. That's why you can't find it in my channel, but I will soon. Like, it looks more like a bowl rather than a cake. I just hate that it's not stiff enough. The yarn is a bit soft for amigurumi. I should have picked better yarn, but honestly I'm working with the yarn I have. I'm not a hoarder when it comes to yarn, and I don't buy yarn that I don't need, or so I don't have a huge collection, which is good. It's sustainable, it's smart, it's money saving. But when you have an idea and you're like just something in your head and you don't have the things that you need to try it get frustrating, honestly. So there's that. I don't know in which even like layer I am at this point, but I feel like it's not enough height for a cake. I could switch to a white color right now, but I don't want to switch color. I don't want to put the work of cutting yarn and switching color. That's a lot. So yeah, I think I will work to more rows for starting to decrease. If you worked with amigurumi or with crocheting in general, you could have you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about decreases. Decreases is making the pieces smaller, and yep, I'll start decreasing soon. So making my piece smaller, and I'm also visiting a friend today. She bought me some yarn, like not as a gift. I just asked her to when she was passing, like when she was ordering from Shein to order me some yarn. So I'm gonna go pick it up, and I'm thinking about making a mushroom plushie out of it because it's red and white yarn. And if I did the mushroom plushie, I will for sure upload it to like for it because I was really excited for days to make a mushroom plushie, like a mushroom amigurumi. And I'm thinking about making the mushroom part and the red part, like the head of the mushroom separated, so the mushroom, like the red part, resemble a hat, and the mushroom is like a creature with a hat. I think that will look so cute. I don't want them to be even if you want to like to take off the hat of the mushroom, that would look so cute. And I want to give it like chubby hands and chubby feet and I don't know, eyes. I love eyes on amigurumis. Ah, okay, I think this is looking not that bad. It's a bit bigger than I wanted it to be, and that's on me. I knew I should have stopped when I did the base at just 2 rows, but they seemed very small. This is always happened with me when I make amigurumi. I always know that I'm starting too small, I'm starting big, but it looks small when you are making it. That's just hard to stop. Or maybe I should have started with 6 single crochet rather than 12. That would have made the circle smaller, I guess. Okay, now I'm gonna slip stitch, and then I'll make the last row of just single crochet without increases. Okay, I hate this yarn for splitting. I don't have many options. This is the only brown yarn that I own, and it's very thin, which is for once is not a bad thing, although I hate thin yarn. I could make a video of why I hate thin yarn. Maybe I will do. But this time it's not that bad because I want my piece to be small. So thin yarn will like ensure that my piece will be small. Do you know that we work with single crochet with when it comes to amigurumi rather than, for example, double crochet or triple crochet or any other half double crochet, because single crochet are the smallest and the most tightest, like the tightest stitch, so the stuffing won't get out. But I always think about making an amigurumi with different stitch, like with double crochet or with half double crochet or triple crochet. I mean, yeah, the stuffing possibly will go out, but I figure maybe we'll find out a way for it not to get out, and I think just the result will be bigger and easier and cuter even. I mean, yeah, single crochet with amigurumi maneuver easier because think about it, it's small, so you can just easily change the design with how small it is. It's not gonna affect the design. It's not big that it will take a big space and you need to account for the single stitch, but also like it's tedious. Look at me, single crochet after single crochet. It's very tiring and tedious. I'm also not a fan of amigurumi that much, if you didn't know that. And now you know it. But I love the end result of them. And I'm making this cake for a friend who asked me to make what's called keychain for them. Yeah, they saw a sheep keychain that I made, and they really liked it and they asked me for it. Okay, do you think this is enough height for a cake? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to add more rows, so I'm convincing myself it's enough. But also, like, isn't cake a bit higher than this? It's like this. I think I will make one extra row, and that's it. And then I will add. I'll start adding. I mean, decreasing. Yeah, decreasing. It is. So this is slip stitch, and this is the first single crochet. So yeah, one. I don't think I will finish this today with you because I'm kind of tired. I will try my best to finish just the base of it, and then maybe off camera I will add the topping of the cake. Should I stuff this amigurumi with like actual stuffing, or like with extra threads that I collected to use as stuffing? Like, because I collect those and I never used them as stuffing before, but I hear a lot of crochet artists talking about using them as stuffing, and that's smart or something. But I feel like I will tell the difference, won't you? I love when I touch an amigurumi and it's just like so soft in the inside, which I don't think yarn will give me this effect. Scraps of yarn, I mean. So maybe mix both. So I guess we'll see. I'm almost there, and then we'll start decreasing. I'm so excited for decreasing because like I'm really done. I wanted to finish, and decreasing is just like decreasing is just like, yeah, it's finished. So I don't have a plan in my head. I don't know how decreasing will work with this because I didn't do the calculation, but I'll try to do them now fast in my head. So we started with 12, then they became 24, then we added 12 for the 24, so 24 plus 12, 24, so 32, and 2, 32, 34, so there are 34. How, I suck at math, sorry. 34 divided by how much? Like 34 by, it's not, it can't be divided by 3. It can't be divided 34. It can be divided by 4. Yeah, I think. Wait. 4 multiplied by, it has been a while. I'm English teacher, not math teacher. But wait. If I divided, I think it's 8 multiplied by 4 is 34, right? No. 7, 28, 32. That's not gonna work. Okay, that's a problem. So again, how much I should decrease it? I don't want to decrease it in a wrong way and ruin the piece, but I also didn't do my calculation before, and I'm not planning to do them right now. It's embarrassing that I don't know my math, but if it's 34, if I counted them correctly, then I don't see how can I decrease it correctly. It's not in the 3, what's called? Like it's not in the 3 multiplication, and it's not in the 4, and I'm not gonna do 6. That's annoying. It's not in the 6 too. I'm gonna just do 4, whatever it is, what it is. So I'm just gonna slip stitch and then do 1, 2, 3. Wait, I will count the 3. 1, 2, 3. Put this here. And then in the fourth one I will decrease. Why? Because I decided that's a good number. Is it correct? No. Do I care? Not that much, honestly. I can do the calculation on another day. If I decided to make tutorial or something. So this is 3, and the fourth one we decrease. So again, 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one we decrease. So 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth one we decrease. God. So 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth one we decrease. So 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth one I'm gonna decrease even the first one because it's a chaos, so I might as well do it. I don't think I'm even decreasing correctly at this point, which is like I know how to decrease. It's just I'm really not in the mood. I kind of got upset because it's not working how I imagined it, and I just want to finish it however it turns out, which is not fun. I'm gonna go stuff it. I'm gonna go grab the stuffing. I grabbed the stuffing, so that's a lot of stuffing. We don't need all of that. I'm just gonna add it and continue. Okay, now I'm gonna do 3 and decrease. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I for sure didn't do this correctly. Oh, I mean 2 and decrease, because last time we did a 3 and decrease. So this row I'll decrease correctly, just because I should. So like this. So 1, 2, and then decrease like this. Okay. 1, 2, and decrease. So I reached decrease. Remind me of that. I stopped at the decrease. I need to put my phone in the charger for a second before continuing. Yep, this is the charger. I'm getting tired. Amigurumi always make me way more tired than any other crocheting project because they require effort in my head, while other projects come numbly to me, I guess. And also amigurumi takes time more than anyone think it takes because it looks small and cute and delicate. No one thinks that you are struggling while making it, but it's the truth. You are struggling while making it. So 1, 2, and decrease. And then 1, 2. Okay, now we'll start by making one, decreasing one, but I in fact will stop here. I'm tired and I need to go figure other affairs in my life other than making a bad looking cake. But I don't think it looks that bad. I'll continue with it and show you the result later. But for now, thank you for watching me or being with me while I'm crocheting. Whoever passed by even for a second, thank you for being here. Goodbye and see you soon.